All right, hey guys, what's up? Granbury, the market stats just came out for Hood County, and I want to talk about them a little bit. I know that sometimes the market stats, people are like, what does that even mean? And so I want to talk through some of those things and how that affects the housing market today and how that can affect you as if you're looking to sell a house, buy a house, what that kind of looks like. And I am currently in the process of buying a investment property myself, so I have a little bit of experience with this personally, as well as with my clients. Come over here and check this out. What this is against the January 2023 market statistics in Hood County. And what we see here is, if you look up here, you got the median price of $350,000. Closed sales is 67, which is down 38%. Year over year. And then the active listings, this is what's crazy. Active listings is up 403 or at 403. And so that means it's 185% higher than it was before. So what that will typically mean is that we're going to be looking at a lot of people listing their houses, less buyers, or maybe the same buyers, but less people being able to get in and buy houses because interest rates are higher. So we've kind of got this mix of there's a whole lot of listings, not as many buyers. And so the listing prices are going to have to adjust. People are going to have to come down in prices on properties if they're going to sell them. So that's where we're at right now. And then let's go over here to look at this graph. I kind of love graphs. So, you got this growth trend for closed sales and median price. So if you look right here, this blue line is showing the price of homes. And this is showing the closed sales. So this is going down, 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 down to we are at a pretty low spot for closed sales. And so actually come over here to this section, you'll see days on market is 53. That means houses hit the market and then they stay on the market for at least 53 days. And that could be a closed sale. That could be actually days to close 33. So they're on the market for 53 days and then it takes them 33 days to close from the moment that they go under contract. So and then total days here, move this guy over, 20 days more than January 2022. So things are definitely a lot different than they were in 2022. And so it's something that we've got to pay attention to. We've got to look at that and say, hey, these numbers are a little different than they used to be. So the price also has to change. So I can't stress enough how many people come and say, hey, I want to sell my house and I think I can still sell it for this. And I'm just saying, here's the number you should list your home for. And it continues to happen over and over and over that when homes are listed too high, they continue to not sell. It's just literally how this works. So, the median price per square foot, this is in all of Hood County. It's kind of hard to judge based on this number. I don't really like this stat necessarily because the neighborhoods are so different, and per neighborhood, price per square foot varies so much, and it's really kind of confusing in some of the neighborhoods because you would think, well, in that neighborhood, it's probably going to be really high, and in that neighborhood, it's probably going to be really low, and sometimes they're even, and it's kind of strange on how that works. So looking at it as a county-wide is a little tough to look at. So you can see here the price distribution, where the main homes that are selling, how much percentage of that are those homes. So if you look over here, the 200 to 300, that's 22% of the homes, whereas 2 years ago, there were hardly any homes under 300. Period. So right now, the pricing has definitely shifted to where the main number of sales is in that 200 to 300 range. So that's pretty cool as far as being a buyer and trying to get an affordable house. Now, the price has come down. Interest rates have gone up. So what do? I'm in the same boat. I'm in this place where I'm buying a property and I'm saying, how can I buy this property still when interest rates are so high? My advice to you is to get a great lender. A great lender is going to find you, first of all, the best deal that they can find you. Second of all, they're going to give you options and say, hey, here are your options. You can buy down the rate. You can do all these different things to figure out what makes sense for what your goal is. So I have several goals. I'm like, I don't want to have a ton of money out of pocket, but at the same time, if we look at lowering the rate, how much does it save you? So I actually paid, I don't remember the exact numbers, under $10,000 to lower this rate. Okay, so I pay this number to lower the rate down from whatever it was. And I look up at that and I say, all right, how much money did that just save me over the long term of the whole loan? Well, the whole loan, I literally saved $23,000 over the entirety of the loan because of buying down the rate for under $10,000. So I'm looking at real estate, especially with investing, as a long-term game, unless I'm trying to flip a house. But I'm not really trying to flip a house. This is an Airbnb on the lake, and so I'm just trying to invest in a property that I can rent out to people and just do this for the long term. So does it mean I won't sell? Doesn't mean that, but it definitely means that I'm looking at the long game. What is the long game of this going to look like? What's my monthly payment? What's my income? All that kind of stuff. And so find a lender that understands that. Most of them do, but some of them understand it a little bit more than the others. And if you need help finding them, then I can definitely point you in the right direction. But it's definitely one of those things where if you have the right lender, you can go a long way. Now, the last thing is going to be this right here, close to the original list. So if the home is listed at $300,000 before in the last market, then you would see houses close. It would be listed at 300 and close at 320. That's because there was all these bidding wars and people going up in price and this and that. So this number right here, you would see this go up to 105%, 10%, 120%. I mean, it'd be crazy because it would be closing over the original listing price. Now you're seeing a drop that whatever it's listed at, the average is to close at 92% of that. And so that means that there's oftentimes, more than not, people going in and saying, okay, well, I see that your list price is $300,000, but I want to offer you $380,000. Oh, sorry, $280,000. So that's one of those things that happens where people are starting to have lower offers in there. So it is kind of a sticky situation of how do we price this? How do we know that someone's probably going to offer less, but if you can price it right and you can show the data behind it, which is what I tend to do, is I'll tend to price a home, and then when someone wants to lowball it and say, well, we want to give you $20,000 less because the house down the road sold for whatever, I'm able to say, well, here's the data that shows this is the average. And so I'm at the average, or sometimes, it just depends on what the house is, but I'm able to show that with data. And so that's what I would say. I think I said data the first time and then data the second time. I don't know, but either way, this is a good look at kind of where we're at. Where's the market? What's it doing right now to make decisions in the future? Now, we just had another interest rate increase last week. I mean, literally 4 or 5 days ago. So went up another quarter. So it's one of those things where we're kind of looking at and just saying, all right, we're just going to keep going here. But like you've probably heard a million times, we're going to look at the price and really not be so concerned with the rate, be way more concerned with the price, because the price is the thing. If you can get the house that you want, the rate's going to shift. It's going to change. Lots and lots and lots of financial gurus, the top people. Now, nobody truly knows, but everybody can kind of look at the market and see, hey, what's going to happen here? It shows that later on, closer to the end of this year, beginning of next year, the rates are going to be back lower. So if you can get into a house right now and think for a short term and say, all right, I mean, I got to make 12 months of payments at X amount of percentage, let's go for it. And, maybe I can buy down the rate for now and then we can refinance later. Then that's probably the way to go if you can find the right house. So that's the market update for right now. Let me know if you guys have any questions. We'll talk to you later.